In this video is how we install the software for the PowerCut 1630 new model with the new mainboard and also with the high-count vision camera. So you see in this folder is located on the D drive, and we have the 01, 02, 03, and the backup and the software manual. And the 01 is the MIL package. That's the basic for using the camera. And the 02 is the PowerCut offline cutting software. This package is including the 01, the setup file, and some default screenshot. A screenshot has to be have to compare with your machine. If not useful, we're gonna delete for next time. So campaign test the sample. That's just for in case some screenshot to do the campaign test for laser 1 and laser 2. And we also have offline software training videos. In this video is about how we load the software, load the pattern into the software to cut. So we have in-frame cutting, brush layer for mark turns if you have, and nesting function, and also have the continuous cutting process for overlay of the file. Will be it's like a longer than a table. Okay, so we go back to the manual. We go back to the main folder. We have 03. So that's the PowerCut setup folder, and we have screenshot for the PowerCut settings, and we have online camera software video. So in this video, we can have the how to do the calibration for the camera and how to do the fine tune after camera calibrated. And I have some sample files for the calibration. And this is the software working demo. That's just like after we use machine to recognize some printed fabric. So we can use the sample like this to show how they work. So let's go back to the beginning. So we go to the D drive and go to the 1630 D drive setup. We go to 01 and we have the 01 matrix image mini setup. So we have the setup, and also if you can read the readme, that will be the same step, like a right click the administration mode, use the Windows XP mode to run, and click the next. If you see an alarm window, just ignore it and click yes. After setup, restart the Windows. In Windows Start menu, find the metrics, find license. It should be development mode. That's important. Okay. Okay. So now we do the same. Right click the setup, run as administrator. So we click the next, 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 agree, just wait. If this is a new computer, this is okay, just click OK. If it's a new computer, doesn't have the Microsoft.net, so we can click the download. So make sure your Wi-Fi is on. We can communicate. After installed, we need to restart computer, but now we have another process of the downloading. So I click no, I will restart later. We just wait for this process to finish. So in this meantime, we go to the 02. So we go to the PowerCut setup 01. So we right click run administrator for the PowerCut. Next, next. Just wait for finish. We choose English. This system is English, so it should be English. Okay, then it's finished. Now we go to the 03 PowerCut online software setup. So right click run as administrator. If you see this, just agree and install. Finish, click close, and wait for next window. Install, finish. If you see this SDK runtime, just click install. Wait for this process done. In the meantime, the .NET still working on the download. Okay, click the finish. Choosing the language, select English. Click the next. Click the next, 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 next. But this is meant for the Canon camera. So if you are using the Hikvision Vision camera, this is not useful. Install, enable, finish. Okay, so now still not finished yet. So now we click the PowerCard 7050 setup process using the default folder and click the next. Choose English, next, done. So in this process, we install two software. One is offline cutting, one is online cutting for the camera. At the same time, the .NET 3.5 was downloaded successfully. Now I click the search. I put IIL. So we'll see the new config. We check the licensing. It should be development. That's enough. So now we can use the software like a double click the PowerCard offline software. Click allow access for the over the firewall. Just click allow. If you see it's not English, we go to the number 3, click the number 1. Now we in the first page we choose the number 1. We choose English. Click the number 3, apply. Input the password 123456. Click OK. Now it's English. I can click cancel because I already put the password apply one time. Now I double click again, close it, and double click again. Now the software is English. So there's a device name. One more thing, before open this, I go to the network settings, right click the Wi-Fi icon, click the open network and connect settings. We go to the internet. We click the change adapter options. So there's two internet cards. So one is for the camera. The camera default IP is 192.168.8.8. So my internet card need to be set up as a static IP address, same section, but last one digital is 10 will be different as this one, but they'll be the same section. And use this internet cable, connect to the camera. If you use advanced, you can click the config, click yes. Advanced, we click the speed. Just make sure it's auto generation. Okay, so to Laser's IP address, this is the one internet card goes to the main board. The main board is located on the right side under the panel. There's an internet port. So double click, we can have the 192.1.8.2.10. That's for the computer internet, and that's the name for the computer internet. So there must be the same section. So my IP address here is showing the correct camera IP address and the correct machine IP address. Just so two internet cards just keep the same section, but not exactly same as the last digital. So these two should be connected to the machine. These two connect to the machine and connect to the camera. Okay, that's very important. Or you cannot find the machine. So I double click the power card. Wait. So here supposed to have the showing up 192.168.2.168. It should be connected. And also, while we opening the software, it should be hear the pip sound one time since connected. If I go to the settings, parameter settings, now it's English, and the working parameters, no, the device parameters, user parameters, advanced parameters, they should be loaded from the machine side. If I click the get on the advanced parameters, I click the get, I should load the correct settings of the two y-axis, correct the minimum offset. On this software, on this machine, it was like this. And this machine default y-axis minimum spacing for the laser 1 and laser 2 is 357.6 millimeters. So that's my backup. So if I go to the drive folder, I go to the screen offset, that will be the default, but still depends on what you load from the machine. So very important in this page, we can communicate with the machine first, and we can hear the beep sound, then we can come here. And also in the page 3, we also can click the read one time. We can also hear the beep sound one more time to get all the information from the machine. But we don't really change anything here. That's very important. We don't change here once we are not communicating with the machine. And for these settings and the usage for this software, I have another folder of the video. Just look at that video. In the past, we click the two gantries, that's two gantries, and A&P platform working together. So we can see the borderline. So under this first row, we have laser 2 working area on the bottom. Above the second row, this whole area is for the laser 1 gantry working. So they won't go over the spacing to hit each other. Okay. And a very important thing here, object start point, normally we use upper right because that's the upper right to go left, go down to finish the pieces. And the working direction, we choose down first. So that means lowered pattern we cut first, then next, then feed. So in this way, we just keep these options as default, A and B together. Layer settings, we can set up the speed of the cutting, acceleration as 2000, and the laser power can set up 60 to 70 or max as the 75 to 85. That would be the most of the cutting speed for the most of the material. Then we click OK. Now you see change. For loading, then we can load as software mode, and the fading we can use after processing, smart fading, and keep the gap as 10 millimeter. No, doesn't matter with the how many millimeter of the y-axis of the pattern is. We don't need to think about how much distance we need to move. We just think about, okay, how many gap we're gonna use, like 0 gap, but some slicing. So I can put 5 or 10 like this. So then we can download the file to cut. Now we close the software. For the online software, we have to click the allow access one more time, but then the machine has to be connected. So I have another video in the number 3, laser camera, how to calibrate camera. So in this video is about the camera size is 16 by 25, distance by 100. That means the camera gonna watch 1.6 meter wide, 2.5 meters long on the front to back, and we can finish the process of the calibration. And also we can do the fine tune after that, and then we can do the cut. And the software working video, that means we can use the sample like this to cut exactly same settings or something like this. It was used to recognize the age, and also I have the age settings validate on, and here I have screenshot for the correct age of the setting as the default, so it can detect all the pieces. And in here the thing is we have the detection size like 300 millimeter as a minimum, that's corner to corner to 1.5. We can increase the max for the 1.5 to 2 meter to 3 meters. And also additional is for the height. We have the height. Height means if you have a strip shorter, y distance shorter than the 300 will not be recognized. Width is about if you have flat strip, like a laid on the left to right. If the width is shorter than 300, it won't recognize. The other settings we can keep the same. And the curve means 30 as default. If you want the corner more sharp, then we can decrease the curve to 10. With this close on, so we make sure all the pieces only fully close printed will be recognized. Like you have the black border all around the piece, it should be closed, then recognized. And then click the outside, choose close and outside together at the same time to make sure all the closed pieces will be recognized. And also we have the speed power settings, everything like before. And also have the fitting settings, just in case. I go to the back folder, software manual, sample each settings. Very important is we use the intelligence smart sense, yes. We use the smart hands, smart feed as the intelligent feeding. So in this way, we can have the smart send on, up and down, interest, and close and set. And the count times put 100, downtime 1000 microsecond. In this way, if we click the start, the software will recognize all the pieces up and down, no matter how high it is. We cut all the pieces out of feed, the y-axis of the cutting, and it automatically take another photo. It's fully automatic scan and cut. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, so sorry, one more thing. In the program files folder, we have 7050 folder, model and performance. That's two folders for our main settings, including the camera settings. Now I installed the panel already, but I also have the backup. And my backup is in the 7050 all settings, all backup. I can copy this to backup, delete the installed. Now I can cover into this PowerCut folder. So that means my backup will work directly on the new computer. If you have changed the computer or computer is bad, you can just use the backup to restore to this folder. Also, you can copy your folder from this same folder, C drive, program files x7, x86, and PowerCut 1650. Then you can copy these two folders, make a new folder as a backup if you want to move up to a new computer. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, thanks for watching.